There is a substantial risk of loss associated with trading forex, binary options, stocks, or equities, collectively, asset classes. Only risk capital should be used for trading. Trading in any asset classes is not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. No representation is being made that investors will make profits, or will not sustain losses. Before trading in any asset classes, investors should consult with their professional broker, financial advisor, or financial consultant to determine whether trading asset classes is appropriate. Investors who trade in any asset classes should only do so if the capital used for this purpose represents funds that an investor can afford to lose without adversely impacting the investor's lifestyle. No trading strategy or methodology is without risk of loss. No trading strategy is risk-free, and no trading strategy can guarantee profits or freedom from losses. Investors risk losing the cost to execute any transaction, including associated commissions or fees. You should carefully consider whether trading in any asset class is appropriate for you in light of your investment experience and financial resources. Any trading decisions you make are solely your responsibility and at your own risk. None of the statements or materials in the Auvoria Prime chat rooms constitute a solicitation or recommendation to buy or sell.
Alright, so the first thing is we're going to look at our one pair data, and it's been a really weird market the last few weeks. Obviously we have USD CAD still as our top gainer, GBP AUD still as a top gainer, but what happened this week is some interesting things happened. First, Great British Pound, US dollar, one of our great performing pairs. It had a crazy episode. It reached new all-time lows historically. This has never happened before, and it did happen. As well, we can see that our JPY pairs as well took hits again, and have continued to take hits. As well, Euro NZD and AUD NZD took hits, as well as Euro CHF and NZD CAD. So many of these pairs are pairs that we've suggested not running. Euro NZD is a worst performer. Swiss franc pairs are worst performers. NZD CAD had moved there as well. JPY pairs, we haven't been running many of these pairs in the last few years. So we can see that we have avoided many of the data pairs that have been taking losses. We've been running the pairs that have continued to produce profits. The exception to this is the Great British Pound US dollar. Now, because of the market conditions we're in, we have GearBox Pro coming out, which is going to extremely enhance the profitability of many of these pairs that are already profitable, and are going to increase the profits amongst them. As well, they're going to help decrease risk among non-recommended pairs and even the recommended pairs. But in understanding this, we want you to also understand that we are going to start educating people to start using equity protectors. We haven't dialed in what percent that's going to be yet, but we would encourage people to start using equity protection. Previously, we never used equity protection. We just used balance protection. But due to the market conditions we are in, and the volatility of today's market with recessions hitting, inflation, interest rates spiking, it would be wise that we begin to actually use some type of equity protection on our accounts. Whether that's at 30% or 40%, whatever percent you want to dial it in at, we are going to want to start dialing it in to protect, the capital. So right now it's at 100%, right? So this means that we're allowed to go into 100% drawdown. So if you set it at 80, it would allow 80. So we're going to probably stick to 30 or 40, depending on your risk. You could increase it to 50 if you're a riskier person who needs more margin to be leveraged. But we would encourage the use of the actual equity protection, not just balance protection, but full-on equity protection. Because, again, the markets are very crazy today. This product does work, and it does work well, but like anything, we need to have risk management and risk mitigation in place for the times that unexpected events do occur. Unexpected events like the Great British Pound. We look at something that had been performing consistently for us for a long period of time, and then this week recently fell off of a cliff. So we want to make sure that, again, people are practicing what they preach. This account, you can see I have withdrawn almost all my initial capital out of, and still have more than my initial in it. So we're actually up 20% still, even with the loss, because we withdrew profits, which I would encourage everybody to constantly also withdraw profits. So when times like this do occur, you're not sitting there going, where did all my money go? because there are going to be unexpected events that happen in the market. We can see that this was one of those unexpected events. This was an unexpected event. This did cause some turbulence. We had very tight, no drawdown really for years, right? And then all of a sudden, what do you know? So we're talking for 2 years, we had not but a 15% drawdown. Well, didn't even hit, we just hit that this week. We hadn't had but a 9% drawdown, and all of a sudden, Great British Pound hit all-time lows. We were on the wrong side of the trade, and what do you know? We took some crazy losses. So this is why we're going to start educating customers to begin using these equity protection features, because there are things going on in the market that are unusual. There are things that have never occurred before. There are things that you cannot backtest. There are things that it doesn't matter how much historical data you have. Great British Pound breaking all-time lows. We have no backtesting data until now to be able to test that theory. So these are things that are going on in the market. There are some weird events going on, and please note that the US dollar is strengthening, which means any pair that is connected in some fashion is continuing to go the opposite direction, as the US dollar is still considered to be a safe haven right now. So we are seeing that it is increasing in price, and it is affecting other pairs that are correlated with it. So with that being said, that's what's going on in our current market conditions. We can see that, again, most of the pairs experiencing losses are the worst performers, pairs that we aren't running. And if you are running, well, please keep up to date, as they have been considered worst performers for many, many months, some of them, and some for even over a year or two. But I do run them on data accounts. Why? Because I want to show you what happens. I want to show you the losses. I lose money purposely to gather data so I can show you real world market conditions so that you can understand why not to use many of those pairs respectively. Now, moving forward, let's talk a little bit about GearBox Pro. GearBox Pro is finally, right around the corner from release. We've been testing it. The results have been absolutely amazing. We're very, very excited about this. It is going to revolutionize this product, as it is a swing trader. And one of the most important facets of GearBox and GearBox Pro is going to be the new trailing stop loss feature. As well, GearBox Pro is going to have some more advanced features for more advanced users who understand their risk and what they're doing, such as resetting range multipliers with super sniper entries and things along those lines. We're very excited to get this product out in people's hands, to record new videos, to get education out there. We've been hard at work behind the scenes, testing, and continuing to produce products that we know will make people money and continue to allow you to see success. Again, this is the kind of product that our goal is to help somebody net, between 6 to 12% a month profit on their account. Again, we can't guarantee anything. There can be losses, but that's why we trade all these pairs at once. Because if one pair has a bad day, well, the good news is we're running many pairs. So you are diversified. You have a diversified portfolio amongst all the different strategies and currency pairs you can be running. And again, we've been running these accounts since October 27th, 20. We're almost going on 2+ years of these data accounts running, and we've gathered a lot of data in that 2 years, which has continued to allow us to optimize this product further and further and enhance its profitability. In fact, I'm very excited because I do want to show you guys an FX book. So give me a minute, I'm going to pull it up, and we're going to get right into it. But I'm going to show you an FX book I'm very excited about. This is of a good friend of mine. They're very excited. They've been using GearBox on this account the last few months, and we're going to go ahead and just show you these results as they've been running this account, and they're up 45%. We'll see all the data load in a minute. Sorry, it's a little slow. I'm on a hotspot, but since April 11th, they've been running this account, and since April 11th, they're now up 45%. Pretty phenomenal, pretty incredible. So we're talking April, May, June, July, August, September, right? About 5 months. Now, if we take a look at these months here, all right, you can see that in September, they're up 11%. And this is without the latest GearBox updates with trailing stop losses. Had we had trailing stop losses, I bet you most of these months would have actually almost doubled in profit, if not at least 1.5x. So there's some very incredible things coming, but this is just an account that's been running since April. using GearBox, and the results have been incredible using the recommended pairs and some of the non-recommended. They are in, NZD CAD, which is moving to non-recommended, and luckily they're having success with this one. But this is incredible. They've won 71% trades. Their profit factor is still above a 2. They've caught 2,000 positive plus pips, 2,700, and been able to create all of this profit using this expert advisor known as GearBox. So we're very excited with the results that customers are still getting with this product. It has still been one of the more consistent algorithms in the stable of Auvoria Prime's marketplace. It may not be the most exciting one for some people in terms of profit, but it is one of the most consistent in my opinion, and something that I believe will continue to lead the way as a very consistent algorithm that you can trust with your money, especially as we move into GearBox Pro and new GearBox with trailing stop losses and some of these new advanced features that many people have been asking for. It's very, very exciting stuff. We're very pumped to get it out there and to release some big updates. But please note these updates are around the corner. I know we've been talking about them for a while, since the beginning of the year. We've been talking about our GearBox 2022 plans, and we're getting near the end of 2022, and we're finally ready to roll out a lot of things. We do a lot of testing behind the scenes when wanting to enhance a product. There's a lot that has to go into the algorithm and a lot of enhancements that need to be made. And we're very excited about these enhancements, and we're hoping that many of you, when you see these updates roll out, get extremely excited yourself to go scream GearBox from your rooftops. Because again, it is a product that will consistently produce returns and continue to have a great result for people. You just need to have your risk management dialed in, which we're continuing to optimize this algorithm to be exactly that for people. So with that being said, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to check the questions and see if there's any questions. So give me a minute here and we're going to get right into it. All right. I'm just taking a look here to see what we have going on. All right, let's see what questions we have in the chat today. Just give me a minute here. Sorry for the delay and everything. I am on hotspot. I'm currently in the middle of the ocean right now. I was running from the hurricanes in Florida, so here we are in the middle of the ocean. Alrighty, taking a look at the chat. I know we have some excited people that we are doing this call. I'm sorry about the last few weeks. We've had a lot of unexpected things occurring in life, from me having a surgery to unexpected events that have delayed from me being able to get on this call, including testing of the latest products and being able to give you guys this information and feel confident that what I'm telling you is going to come true, being the latest updates to GearBox. So again, we're very excited. And thank you all again for being here live on the call and taking the time out of your day to be here with us. This has been very important that you are all here with us. So we're just going ahead and checking the chat box here, waiting on it to load up any minute. And we will see what questions you guys have for us today. If none, well then I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. But before we get into that, let's also go ahead and pull up Forex Factory, and we are going to talk about the news ahead. So let me go ahead and share my screen again. So taking a look at the upcoming trading week ahead, let's go into the next week. And we're going to filter by red folder news. We're going to apply this filter. And we can see that we do indeed have NFP. This is NFP. It's the first week of the new month. So we have lots of red folder this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's going to be a more volatile week into Friday with NFP coming up. You can see with all the pairs with Swiss franc, USD, AUD, NZD, Canadian, and USD, a lot of red folders this week. Due to this, I would encourage you to be more conservative. We even have OPEC on Wednesday, and OPEC affects all currency pairs, as you can see, all currency pairs. So we're going to want to make sure that we are on the more conservative side of the stick here this week. If you are an aggressive user, I would recommend decreasing your risk. If you are a user that is conservative already, well, then you probably have no worries. It seems to me the chat box does not want to load for me, so I'm going to refresh this page, and we'll come back over here. But yeah, a lot of red folder news this week. Again, there's been a lot of unexpected events in the world, and this is why I would encourage the use of some form of equity protector moving forward to dial in your risk and protect against risk. All right, let's join the chat, see if it'll load up here for us. As I would love to answer your guys' questions, I'm dealing with some very slow internet, as I'm sure you are maybe noticing as you listen to my call. I hope it is recording perfectly and streaming very well. I do see that, there may be a little lag somewhere, but we are hoping to avoid that. All right, the chat box still has not loaded for us. So with that being said, if you had any questions, I will get them addressed and answered in the chats, because I'm not having any luck right now seeming to load any of this. But with that being said, I wish you all a wonderful rest of your weekend. I hope you've been enjoying the profits you've been seeing from GearBox and the GearBox line, and I hope you are excited for the latest enhancements to GearBox that are coming out. So once again, I hope you all have a phenomenal rest of your weekend, and I look forward to seeing you next week on the next one. And I will be there on time, I promise.